like the NM interviews will be short and crisp, like the shortest of all, even shorter than CAP. I feel it will be
Hmm.
8 to 10 minutes. So in that sense, the main thing is the answer should be succinct. It should be clear, concise.
Okay, so hi everyone, welcome on board. Today we have with us here Ayush, who has converted NMIMS. Very proud to state that, and congratulations, Ayush, for that.
Thank you for that. I think for NMIMS, the main thing was about speed when it came to cracking the questions, and since it's more towards uh, what we call, it's more towards uh, adapting to how we take easiest questions first. And since it's we for me, English was the easiest for first, then maths, and then qualitative, because it didn't require much of the effort. So for each student differs differently, like how they have to attempt. And for interviews, I believe that NMIMS was the smoothest of all.
What was
Daily
the
8 to 10
score?
263.
Oh, that's a very nice score. Great. So when you say the NMIMS interview was smooth, what was the whole
Yes.
process like? I think you had a what and then an interview, right?
Yes, actually, I had given the NMIS interview last year also, and last year also I cleared it. But just the fact that I wanted to appear again for all the IMs
Hmm.
and had a better chance, I decided to give it the shot again. And this year also, when I gave NMA, I knew that because of the COVID scenario, the case discussion won't be there. It won't. It might be just a simple GD,
Correct.
simple VAT. So in that sense, NM's VAT was pretty straightforward. We had to structure it well. That what was taught to us in the Cat King interviews, Cat King prep interviews, and there since we knew about it, 15 to 20 minutes is more than enough to structure a 300 to 400 word VAT.
Correct.
So that was it. And later for the interviews, it depends on the profile. But for me, basically, maybe because of my marks or something, questions were comparatively easier. So there
That's
wasn't much issue.
interesting. That's interesting. So do you remember any of the questions that you were asked?
Yeah, I have noted it. Like for the interview, the first two questions were pretty much straightforward. Like, tell me something about yourself, why MBA. These are the most important. So, pretty much had mugged upon it. Then they gone through my CV. They asked me about COVID relief management, since I had worked on it in the last year. Then
Okay.
on why sustainability is important, linking to that. And on basis of that, they asked, kindly mention stakeholders that you mentioned in sustainability. So basically we had during the prep interviews, we have to be sure that what questions can come from our answers, like
Correct.
the answer should be closed ended, and from that answers what are the 3 4 questions that can be connected later on. The same
Yes.
thing happened in NM, the same happened in SIBM Pune also. And like later on they asked why companies these days are focusing more towards sustainability, diversity these days. And these are
Correct.
the hot topics, so we should know more about it. And then about Infosys carbon neutral, so
Okay. So
had to prepare.
how did you go about with preparing yourself for, all of the interviews that you had in hand?
Like first, I prepared for the 15 20 most important behavioral questions that were there. Tell me something about yourself, why MBA, and everything regarding it. And the best thing is that answer should come from your heart, like what you
Hmm.
really want to do and what you have really achieved in the work environment. Or in my case, I had left the job, so why I really left the job. So I prepared basically on everything.
Hmm.
And other than that, on the behavioral aspects, hobbies, weaknesses, strengths, everything, like whatever they can ask. And in the sense of about the companies, about your background, I think since I was from IT background, basically I read everything about the IT companies at present, what is happening in terms of the Q3 results, uh, in terms of the workforce that they are employing, and what are their plans for the future. So if you know about it, it will be
Correct.
smooth.
Okay, that's a lot of work, which he has mentioned in a very nice go one flow. You will have to make sure you're prepared for your hygiene questions, know in and out about you, the companies you have worked for, and their entire background also. So Ayush, a lot of people always say that NMIMS interviews are driven on the basis of the SOP. Was it the same for you as well?
Yes, like I mentioned in my SOP, I had clearly mentioned that my background, my Air Force background, IT background, and then in terms of what I really want to do in the coming years, coming 2 years. So there I had basically mentioned the mix of marketing and finance,
Okay.
and pretty much on that, I expected questions also on that. Like last year for my interview, the questions were basically mostly on finance, so I was pretty much prepared on that. So if
Okay.
the SOP is well prepped, the questions will be easy.
Okay,
That's the
that's
whole point.
interesting. Any kind of tips and strategies you would like to give to people who have their NMIMS interviews coming up sooner or later?
Uh, the thing is, like the NM interviews will be short and crisp, like the shortest of all, even shorter than CAP. I feel it will be
Hmm.
8 to 10 minutes. So in that sense, the main thing is the answer should be succinct. It should be clear, concise, and we should know everything about the background. That will be good enough. And if not, at least the superficial level should be maintained so that in those 2 3 lines we can explain everything. That's the main thing I believe. And for that, simple practice is enough, I guess.
Okay, that's really interesting. That's good. So thank you so much, Ayush, for sharing your NMIMS experience with us, and wish you all the best ahead.
Thank you.